The phone is the most effective prospecting channel we have. In fact, data shows it's twice as effective as email. In spite of its effectiveness, picking up the phone and compelling interest from a prospect to successfully book a discovery or demo is one of the hardest sales skills there is. This is a how-to video with a lot of content, but if you hang with me, I'm going to go deep here and help you build a call script that you can immediately use to find more success on the phone. Here's a quick plug. If you haven't watched our other video called The 3 Reasons Your Cold Calls Aren't Working, you'll want to check that one out too. I'm Ross Van Wyk, founder of OverQuota. We provide content and software to help sales reps unlock their full potential and win more deals. If you like this video, please subscribe to see more great content and future releases. A tight script keeps you on message, the call on track, and progresses the conversation towards your ideal outcome. This is an outline of your call script. If it looks like a lot, keep in mind each phase only takes about 30 seconds. As we build this out together, I'll include effective tactics that you can also use. Phase 1, which in our design is also synonymous with the first 30 seconds, has 2 parts. The first is the opener, and the second is the setup. Your script should answer the subconscious questions running through your prospect's head as quickly as possible. Who is this? Why are they calling me? What's in it for me? And you should secure and set up phase 2 of the call. Let's unpack these in greater detail. When you call, the prospect won't recognize your number, meaning if they answer, the first thing they want to know is who's calling. Use a good opener to quickly answer this question for them and include a pattern interrupt to fly below their salesperson radar. Consider these 2 options. Hey John, Ross over at OverQuota. They keeping you busy at Pied Piper today? Or, hey John, Ross at OverQuota. How you been? Once they have responded to your opener, for example, maybe they say, yeah, they keep me busy today and every day. Sorry, who's this again? It's important that you acknowledge what they say, confirm again who you are, but then do not pause. Go immediately into the next piece of your script to answer the next question, which is why you're calling. If you pause or stumble here, they will interject with an early objection. For example, yeah, if this is a sales call, I'm not interested. And then they'll quickly hang up. The second part of phase 1 is the setup. And this is where we set up phase 2. But you won't move on to phase 2 unless you answer the question of why you're calling and what's in it for me. An effective tactic is to provide context as to why you're calling. Tease what's in it for them and use an upfront contract to buy the 30 seconds you need for phase 2. For example, calling on sales leaders for OverQuota, I'd use something like this. John, you get a lot of these calls, but I've done my research and uncovered a few ways that we could help you boost productivity and performance of your growing remote sales team. Before you hang up, may I have just 30 seconds to ask 2 questions, then you can decide whether or not it's worth continuing. This talk track tells them why I'm calling, teases out what's in it for them, and if they agree, it sets up 30 seconds for phase 2. Now we're ready to move into phase 2, which is where we're going to uncover if your product or service is a good fit and something the prospect needs. Unlocking a conversation starts with providing a quick observation to prime them on this specific topic, followed by a closed-ended question, and ends with an open-ended question to pull out relevant contextual information. The first part of unlocking a conversation starts with your observation. You should provide an observation of something you notice that relates to why you're calling. It's ideal to use an observation that would also indicate a need for your solution. For example, calling sales leaders on OverQuota, I may say, hey John, I see on LinkedIn your remote sales team has grown by 20% this year. And in my experience leading sales teams, I know how challenging it is to manage remotely. This is a good primer because it's specific and it uses a compelling event that usually indicates a need for our solution. After delivering the observation to prime the prospect to the specific topic at hand, next, use a close-ended question to establish initial need or fit. Close-ended questions typically start with have, will, do, did, or are you? For example, it might sound like this. Are you happy with rep productivity and overall performance, or could it be better? This is a closed-ended question used to elicit a response of either yes or no. The final step to unlocking a conversation in phase 2 is to use an open-ended question. This will get a little bit more information out on the table. Open-ended questions start with who, what, where, when, why, or how. For example, I may say on calling sales leaders for OverQuota, I'm curious, John, what types of sales tools or training have you implemented to improve rep performance? This is a great open-ended question because it leverages empathetic curiosity, which means It demonstrates that I want to listen and I want to learn. If you've made it to phase 3, you're likely about 60 to 90 seconds into the call and ready to achieve your outcome. If it hasn't already, this is where your conversation will become dynamic with a likely objection when you go for your ask. To help alleviate that objection, you must tee up your ask by first piquing their interest. Piquing their interest should be done using a question that incorporates what you've learned thus far in the call, so it's specific to them. In my example, calling on sales leaders for OverQuota, I would say something like, John, would you be interested to learn about a new AI-guided sales software that automates manual work and guides reps in real time with what to say and do to win more deals? This is where you may get your objection, so be prepared to overcome with your common objection talk tracks. But let's say that they're interested. Your next step is to deliver the ask. In most cases, the ask on a cold call will be to schedule additional time together. While this is your ask, you must assume versus actually asking for it. After piquing their interest, that may sound something like this. Great, let's go ahead and pull up our calendars and get 20 to 30 minutes carved out for a demo. How does next Tuesday or Wednesday at either 1 or 3 p.m. Eastern look for you? Deliver your assumptive ask clearly and with confidence. Then watch prospects be much more agreeable. While I laid this script out as a linear conversation, it's very rare they will go this way. You'll receive questions or objections along the way, which will require you to deviate. Be prepared with responses to frequently asked questions and objections so you can reference those as needed. While the information is here in this video, if you would like to have a script done for you, check out our script template over on the website. I'll also include the link to the script template in the video description. I hope this video was helpful and that you now have an actionable call script ready to go. If you haven't checked out our video called The 3 Reasons Your Cold Calls Aren't Working, make sure you do. Let us know if this video is valuable with a like or a comment, and please share with others who you feel could also benefit. You can subscribe to the OverQuota channel to receive notifications when we drop more great videos in the future.